All right, so my bad. This morning I had this video recorded, but I forgot my streaming PC was actually running all night and music was playing. So I go to work and I see that the video was already copyrighted. So yeah, you guys aren't gonna hear that video. I already deleted it off the channel. We're talking about Tristan now and not my mess ups. And like, because of that, I can't stream today. I just don't have the time. Because I'm recording this like in between me having to work out and everything. So, Tristan, the Knight of Lamentation, Child of Sadness. He's sad because he did not understand his king and said words that literally caused her to doubt her entire kingship. Fate Stay Night. A good part of Artoria's mental state is what Tristan tells her. The king does not understand their people. How can a king be so perfect? How could someone so perfect be a king to man if they would just doubt them? The reason for his sadness is because he's the one that didn't understand his king, not the other way around. And he has to live with that regret. So yeah, along with a whole other nonsense that goes on with Tristan, with him falling in love with this two women with the same names. Yeah, lot of big mess with Tristan's story. Base attack, nice and high, 9.7k. It's definitely on the upper end of 4 stars. Don't get me wrong, but not something super amazing. Oh, okay. I'm taking this off. It sounds weird listening to myself talk with these in, especially when I'm just recording instead of streaming. Star weight, star gen. These are archer numbers. I wouldn't worry too much about it. He does gen decent amount of stars in quick chains, but that's because he's a quick servant. JP, it feels a lot better. NA, gotta wait a bit till mighty chains. MP charge 0.58%. With his hit counts, this looks pretty good. Actually, this looks very, very good. That MP gain is gonna help his quick cards when they crit, especially Scotty crits. He's gonna gen a whole lot of MP back. Hit counts, the only average one is his arts. Everything else is well above average. First skill was Harp of Healing. This is like the skill that's famous with David. He is very famous because of the skill. So I'm not sure why when they originally made this skill, they made it a worse version of a 3-star skill. That is some definite year 1 design. But why would you make a skill for a 4-star that's story locked literally worse than a 3-star you can get at any time? Funky game design where ranking really was the only thing that mattered, and when it came to how good is this skill. I'm so glad we passed that point. So goes from Harp of Healing to Insonorous Praise of Love. It gives him his first actual damage steroid, quick buff for 3 turns at 30%, so nothing to scoff at. This is like a fairly modern card buff. Instead of mental debuff cleanse for the party, it is full debuff cleanse to the party. That is significantly better. You keep the 1 hit of party evasion, which is like the reason why the skill was on such a long not on long cooldown. Why? Oh yeah, actually for Tristan, why this skill was on such a long cooldown, it was because of this, and literally this. And then the party HP heal goes from 600 to 1000, and that is significantly different. So, in my honest opinion, this on Tristan should have been like a 4 turn or a 5 turn. It should not have been at 6. This is way too weak. At its current strength, This is fine at 6. 100% this is fine at 6. So, we come to the reason why he even needed his skill 1 buff in the first place. It is a 50% battery on a 6-turn cooldown, but he NP sealed himself. Yeah, so this you would have to pop it before. You would either have to be cleansing it, or you would pop it literally the turn before you would start like going through the process of a quick servant, which that's one hell of a way to use a quick servant when they're already like 6 turn is cycles and you want to mess that up and make it way harder. Just make sure you pop the skill first and then pop first skill. Otherwise, you're in for just as bad of a time as you would if the skill wasn't buffed. Your quick hearts would just hit a little harder. Third skill is great. Full buff strip to one enemy and reduce their crit attack chance down for 3 turns, 20%. And admonishment to the King of Knights. This is the whole thing. It actually is like, I didn't talk about this in the first time I recorded this video, but the effects of this skill and the title for it, admonishment to the King of Knights, it actually like makes so much sense. Like, if you think about it, Artoria is nowhere near as strong as she should be in Fate Stay Night in any of the routes, and she isn't in the right mental state. And the same can be applied to Fate Zero. And a lot of it, again, had to do with her thoughts of her kingship, whether she was a failure or not. So this is like one of the times like a lore buff is actually like really cool why he actually has this. I don't know, that's just something I think is like really interesting to see about it, because like a lot, again, this was year 1 design at its finest. They were making skills based on like their actual lore and how they would rank them. Magic resist B, 17.5% debuff resistance. Independent action B for 8% crit damage, as that is the archer passive. Pen skills, you want extra attack, but again, he's a story lock. You might not have MP2. If you do, you'll be happy. Maybe go extra attack, could go mana loading, either or, depends on your supports. But extra attack, he's got really good hits. His hits are really good. If you want to make a mighty chain and like make up for the fact he's an archer instead of a lancer or anyone else, or like a class with a better star gen, not the worst decision you can make. And then we come to the MP, which has been buffed for a while. It is 7 hit, single target, ignores evasion, and pierces defense. So the only way you're stopping Tristan is if you have an unremovable invul. You have to be specific about that, because he can just buff strip. If you have a regular invul, it doesn't matter. If you have an unremovable dodge, still doesn't matter. You need unremovable invul. Or and again, even special invul doesn't work, because he can just buff strip. And his OC is debuff resistance down. Base 30 goes up to 70. And that is to make sure this sticks. And obviously for your party. Like a good use case for this overcharge is Scotty. Her defense down along with her crit rate. Because those are they fail very commonly. So as long as you don't pop them turn 1, like the defense downs, and also like makes sense because like bar breaks, like the first bar is usually the easiest to break compared to the later one. So delaying that until you have this can ensure that your defense down has a much higher chance to actually land. Thus your damage will be higher for the times you need it. Because imagine you pop this on turn 1 and no defense, neither of the Scotties land the defense down. Your damage plummets. Because that's 60% defense down that you don't have. Like, imagine you go in without Scotty buff. How easy are you looping? How easy are you gonna loop without a Scotty quick buff? Again, not the same. No, damage. How good is your damage gonna be? Looping is a different story. Bonsi, 25% crit damage for the party while he's on the field. This is not the right time to be summoned for Tristan. I will be straight up. Mordred, good servant, especially with the buff. Do I recommend summoning for them? No, because they're permanent. Especially right now. Lartoria, again, she is story locked. And right now she's more of a trophy servant or a servant to get if you don't plan on getting Melisandre. Like, you think the investment is too much, you don't think you're gonna go for Oberon, because that is a legitimate opinion. If you don't plan on going for Oberon, maybe reconsider going for Melisandre, because you're gonna be disappointed if you don't have him. Speak of Oberon, guess what his next banner is? Hold up. Guess what his next banner is? Oh, he's probably going to be on Oberon's banner, because these two are probably going to be on Morgan's next banner. Yeah. So I would definitely say wait for Oberon banner if you really, really want Tristan, because he is a significantly more impactful servant than getting Mordred or Lartoria on your account. That's not even an opinion, that is a fact. If you have Oberon, you can do a whole lot more stuff than if you just have Lartoria. And just getting the spoiler out the way, he got this. The only reason he got this buff is for Fairy Knight Tristan. That is the only reason he got this buff. Because if he didn't, his damage would be exact. His refund would be worse, and his damage probably would be about the same as Sith. In terms of MP and refund, I think she would beat him out if he did not get this card buff. Oh, I'm gonna stuff myself in the eye. All right, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like, comment, sub, all that good YouTube stuff. I'm putting this at the end of the video because I'm really bad about selling out mid-video. So, thank you for watching.